So this is my current drawing, which is almost done. Let me show you. So you got these two cells. You got 6 cells down here. This guy's on his phone. This guy's sort of leaning into him, although I've expanded that space. Leaning into him, waiting for the phone call to end. This couple is walking from outside of this sort of tree grove-like area right next to the basketball court, and this guy has just shot the ball, made it in, and is sort of triumphant. I put the grid down. I just finished that using my usual grid method. I destroyed the last drawing. I got right to the end. I tried using one of my bamboo. I bought these bamboo pens. The tips are way too thick for the density of the grid that I usually ink everything in based off of. So, I put this down and way too much ink would come out, smeared the whole thing right at the end of the drawing, and so I had to throw it out. My philosophy when that happens usually is just that that the drawing wasn't really meant to be anyway. It was the content was really strong. I was just drawing it too small. I've been drawing everything small recently. That drawing wasn't meant to be small. It was meant to be big and fill up a lot of the page. That's how I feel. So usually when I destroy drawings, because I'm not thinking things through completely, not being super careful, and in rushing. And I do all of those things because I don't necessarily care about the drawing, even if I don't realize it at the time. So anyway, there's something very sort of Zen-like about all my recent drawings. And it's funny because I've just started getting into... I'm reading a lot of books about Buddhism. And so I've started to get into that. And it's funny because, haikus came out of Zen Buddhism. And haikus are supposed to be basically as close to the natural world as you can get, through their simplicity. There's no ornamentation or detail or psychology, or it's just supposed to bring you into sort of a very immediate present moment. You know what I mean? So, like, it's one of those moments where, like, if you're sitting by a pond and for some reason you're very, very present and you see a frog looking at the pond and you see a frog jump in and then the water goes splash. That's it's just sort of one of those heightened immediate moments that sort of haikus are meant to capture. And I'm not sure where I was going with that. But I feel like I'm trying to do the same thing with my drawings. It's a very simple moment. I feel like actually, sort of in the vein of haikus, I might be doing things that are even less dramatic than this, like very, very simple moments. which I've done before. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, one thing. I had almost a couple days ago. I keep reading in these Buddhist books. Like I just finished Siddhartha. I keep reading about this term called no self. It's sort of the Buddhist idea of the fact that you don't exist. Your personality doesn't exist. You as an individual don't exist. And I sort of understood what they're talking about. A lot of these concepts you understand at first sort of intellectually, but the thing is that it's only through real life that that you really come to understand them. So even if you understand the sort of Buddhist concepts of unity and interdependence, how everything is sort of one, enlightenment is actually realizing that just through being open to the idea and then just sort of through life experience and thinking about it, I guess. And so there's this term called no self. And so I didn't really understand what it meant. And then I was reading Siddhartha, and they were talking about, I forget what they're talking about, but it just made me realize sort of all of a sudden that everything around and on top of me was created by other people. And the earth, but also other people. So I was lying in bed. The sheets were created by other people. The comforter was created by other people. The laptop I was using was created by other people. The lamp I was using was created by other people. So was the light through the light bulb, invented by other people. The clothing I was wearing, created by other people. The building I was lying in bed in, created by other people. The internet I was using after reading the book, created by other people. My girlfriend, created by other people. So on and so forth, you know what I mean? And it just sort of, and I've understood all of that before, but it really sort of like it's just sort of a chain reaction of understanding, like, you get out of bed, the bed's created by other people. You brush your teeth, the toothbrush is created by other people. The toothpaste is created by other people. The habit of brushing your teeth is taught to you by your parents, and other people. The clothing you put on is created by other people. Your wallet's created by other people. The bank card is created by other people. The bank itself is created by other people. The job you go to in the morning, created by other people. The job itself, it's created by the needs of other people. The car that I drive in, created by other people. The roads that I drive down, determining where I ride, created by other people. The speed at which I drive, created by the other people in the traffic around me. The gas that is powering the car, mined by other people. So on, it just goes on and on and on. And so that was sort of an epiphany. And then I was walking down the street from my job to get lunch, and I was thinking, okay, so all this is true. And then I started thinking about my art along the same lines. And my art, my identity is so tied to my art in many ways. But then I start to think about it. I'm like, the photos that I take, that my drawings are based off of, I take them with my phone, created by other people. I have to upload those photos onto my laptop, created by other people. Onto software, my Apple Photos, created by other people. I use Apple Preview, created by other people, to sort of edit the photos and rearrange them. The people themselves that I'm drawing, were given birth to, created by other people. The printer that I use to print out my photo template, created by other people. The ink that prints out the image itself, created by other people. The light box that I use to transfer the photo onto the paper, created by other people. So is the pencil that I use, created by other people. The paper itself is created by other people. My love of art was instilled in me by other people. My father, society in general, the movies, the music, the comic books, the paintings I've been exposed to made me fall in love with art, created by other people. The value I put into art, created by my parents. The eyeballs I use to look at the page, created by genetics, created by millions of other people through evolution, The fingers that I use, the muscles in the fingers, powered by food that I eat, created by other people. So it just goes on and on. So when you really think about it like that, I mean, my art isn't even myself. It's just all these other people and elements that have sort of come at me since I was a little kid. I don't know why that's important, but you really just have to visualize it. And when you think about it like that, you just sort of start to find yourself unwinding, And I don't know how that would necessarily influence my future drawings. Probably wouldn't. But one thing it does do is that you become so much more open-minded to people around you because you understand they're sort of created in the same way. They're not bad. They're not annoying. The people would generally annoy you. They're just products of their environment, like you are, blah, blah, blah. But you really have to understand it and try to visualize it. Anyway, I gotta go. All right, bye.